News 17 with Bruce Richardson, Monica Schneider, Bob Kevern with the weather, and Kim Lepak with the sports. Now, live, this is News 17.
Good evening, I'm Monica Schneider.
And I'm Bruce Richardson. Rockford Transit bus driver Paul Jones won't face criminal charges in connection with the death of a 13-year-old girl. He has been issued a traffic citation, however, for yesterday's accident across from Swedish American Hospital. His bus was Crittenden under its left wheel. Jones says he never saw the girl. Police say the blame may lie in too many people riding in the bus at the same time. They say the crowding and noise may have distracted the driver. The Transit Authority is conducting an investigation into the incident, but the state's attorney's office has found no evidence to charge Jones driving recklessly.
The testing's over at the Byron nuclear power plant. The facility is now making electricity that Commonwealth Edison can sell. The question now is, how much is it going to cost us?
Commonwealth Edison puts Byron online 14 years after it chose where to build it, 5 years after it was supposed to be ready. Estimate, more than $4 billion. Those were the realities spokesman Tom McIntyre faced at ComEd's news conference. Why we should help pay for it. ComEd wants $500 million.
And the cost of doing business.
The idea is that Byron saves us money because nuclear energy is cheaper, also more complicated. The nuclear regulatory in all these years last half year of testing. But McIntyre says that's over now.
There's nothing more that the commission has got to give us, but they are monitoring our operation. So with all of the requirements that we have stated, we would...
Problems ComEd has really can't seem to be the major concern now. Unit 2, this time next year. Gordon Boyd, Channel 17 News.
The Illinois Commerce Commission will rule on ComEd's rate increase next month. Electric bills could go up by 12%. No change of venue. That was the decision today for one of the 3 children charged in the town of Beloit murder of 9-year-old Anthony Wilson. Public defender Paul Merkel had asked the trial for the 12-year-old defendant in the case be moved out of Rock County, saying bad publicity would deny the boy a fair trial. But the judge, Gerald Jekyll, denied the request. The boy will, however, be allowed to be in the custody of his family.
The welfare system has often come under fire for creating dependency rather than self-sufficiency in those it assists. But a new housing and urban development program taking place in various communities around reports the goal is to help those who will then help themselves.
Orton Key's housing project in Rockford. It provides shelter for some people who might otherwise have no place to live. But this and other projects has become a trap for some who, with a little help, might be able to make it on their own. The young, poor, single parent.
She must go into the public sector because she no longer can afford the high mortgage payment. She is now on welfare. Enrolled in a nursing program out of Rock Valley. But still, that does not change anything because she still has to come back and live within her means.
They may be the young mother who's living with her parents or with grandparents, or in some cases that we're aware of, with friends.
In a way, it's the system that's creating the housing project. There are people who live for free, while others with low-paying jobs and a family to support have to pay a portion of their salary for rent. In both cases, there's no money left over to break the welfare cycle. So why try? Well, the government hopes that now there's selected for project self-sufficiency and will receive housing assistance, child care, educational help, counseling, and job training. It's a big investment of money and services, and HUD wants a big return on that investment.
Single parents who have accomplished some criteria that indicates that they do want to get out, that they have made individual efforts to get out, to ultimately live in the private sector and ultimately be a part of our economic base.
12 agencies in Rockford are cooperating on the project. Applications with the Housing Authority will be taken in about 3 months.
The Rockford Fire Department's hazardous materials unit was called out today to a gas spill on South Winnebago Street. What they found was a 250-gallon fuel tank spilling into a nearby storm sewer. The tank had been sitting on a weak foundation that gave way.
5 gallons of the product in the parking lot. It's a product that we live with every day, and our hazardous material units on the scene, they'll pick it up with sand and flush the area, and that problem will be resolved.
During his first formal news conference in 3 months, President Reagan tonight called for free and fair trade for all and asked Congress to help him open up closed markets overseas. On foreign policy, he said he will not negotiate with the Soviets a treaty to halt development of his Star Wars weapons system in return for a major reduction in Russian offensive missile strength. He says the U.S. is still playing catch-up. One reporter tonight asked the president about his upcoming summit with Soviet leader Gorbachev and if he would have to like him to negotiate with him.
I wasn't going to give him a friendship ring or anything. No, seriously, I believe this. I think she made an observation out of this, and it's probably, and our own people who've been over there, our recent group of senators who met with him, they found him a personable individual. I'm sure I will too. It isn't necessary that we love or even like each other. It's only necessary that we are willing to recognize that for the good of the people we represent on this side of the ocean and over there, that we can come to some decisions about the threat of war. We're the only 2 nations in the world, I believe, that can start a world war. And we're the only 2 that can prevent it. And I think that's a great responsibility to all of mankind, and we'd better take it seriously.
Bruce, as you know, President Reagan also spoke about the millions of dollars that his administration has pumped into research for AIDS. And then another reporter at tonight's news conference hit him with this question.
If you had younger children, would you send them to a school with a child who had AIDS?
I'm glad I'm not faced with that problem today, and I can well understand the plight of the parents and how they feel about it. I also have compassion, as I think we all do, for the child that has this and doesn't know and can't have it explained to him why somehow he is now an outcast and can no longer associate with his playmates and schoolmates. On the other hand, I can understand the problem of the parents. It is true that some medical sources have said that this cannot be communicated in any way other than the ones we already know, and which would not involve a child being in the school. And yet medicine has not come forth unequivocally and said, this we know for a fact, that it is safe. And until they do, I think we just have to do the best we can with this problem. I can understand both sides of it.
Well, Highway 51's getting better and better every day.
No longer a cause for cussing. That's next.
Incredible values. This 3-piece living room in beautiful Antron nylon, now $477. Includes sofa, love seat, and chair for just $477. Famous Sealy Supreme mattress or box spring. Twin, full, or queen, any size, $88. A big value. This 4-piece bedroom is $350. Includes mirror, triple dresser, chest, and headboard. All for just $350. Never priced so low. This hardwood dinette, table and 4 chairs, now $148. Instant credit, 90 days, same as cash at Rockford Furniture Mart, 214 East State.
Your Chrysler Plymouth store since 85's right out the door, out we close. Everything goes.
Now get 7.5% financing or $1,000 cash back on any new 1985 Chrysler LeBaron GTS. Hurry for this limited time offer.
Everything goes. Everything goes.
See your Northern Illinois, Southern Wisconsin Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
Who says new Liquid Tide cleans some of your toughest stains better than any other liquid? You do. And in nationwide tests, hundreds of you proved it. So did Ann Clark of Banning, California.
The Liquid Tide left no stain at all. I can definitely see the difference. I've used my liquid, and I've used Liquid Tide, and there is a huge difference. The cap is ingenious. They'll never be looking for a measuring cup. I really am impressed with Liquid Tide.
You can say new Liquid Tide cleans better because you can see it cleans better. See for yourself.
Farm and Fleet's fall catalog is filled with energy-saving home improvement values, like DAP silicone sealant. DAP's waterproof, weatherproof clear sealant is free after manufacturer's rebate. Save on other quality DAP sealants, too, as low as 65 cents after rebate. Save on Farm and Fleet's premium one-coat latex house paint, now just $8.99 a gallon. Exterior primers are just $9.99. Make painting easier with Wagner's full line of power painting equipment, now at low fall prices. Save on all of your fall home improvement needs at Farm and Fleet.
Motorists will soon have more of Highway 51 to motor on. The 25-mile stretch from Rochelle to I-80 has been completed with a price tag of just under $86 million. Highway 51 will now stretch from Rockford all the way to LaSalle, Peru. But there's still more to come. The section known as the Missing Link will run from Oglesby to Bloomington Normal. So far, only the design work has been contracted at a cost of $1.9 million. The road segment is scheduled to be completed by the end of 1992.
Rock Valley College will soon be breaking new ground in the field of computer science and technology. The Board of Trustees has approved a $9.2 million plan to build a technology center on campus. That center is expected to provide training for local businesses and also for manufacturers.
Think of it as a real center where all kinds of activities that are related to integrated manufacturing, advanced technology will be offered. And the providers will not only be Rock Valley College, but will include our universities, vendors, and companies themselves.
Jacob says Rock Valley students will be able to meet prospective employers through the Technology Center. Groundbreaking for the new center will be next spring, and it's to be completed by March of 1987. The controversial Rajesh Purium complex in Oregon was founded on the principle of free love. Many of its members consider the commune a paradise on earth, but lately there's trouble in paradise. The communes feel the Rajneesh called a news conference to explain why his top lieutenants were thrown out over the weekend. The guru accused them of plotting to take over the complex. Plot, he said, included plans of murder and sabotage.
It was Ma Anand Sheela who found Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh the land for his controversial commune in the eastern Oregon desert. Over the past few years, she's become at least as well known as her master, largely for her fiery and occasionally obscene outbursts in defense of the guru and his plans. Now Sheela and other top officials are out. Bhagwan says they plotted murder and robbery and turned his vision of utopia into a dictatorship.
That instead of being a meditation commune, they had turned it into a fascist concentration camp.
Specifically, Bhagwan says Sheela and her cohorts tried to poison 3 of his aides and the water supply of a nearby town. He also says the former leaders left the commune $55 million in debt. Local police are taking some of the guru's charges seriously. Commune members are breathing a sigh of relief.
People couldn't really talk what they really felt openly, and you always felt these huge eyes behind you.
Sheela is believed to be somewhere in Europe. Back at the ranch, the faithful who once unanimously rallied behind her are now unanimously applauding her demise. In Portland, Scott Miller for NBC News.
And just when you thought summer was all done for this year, it returns.
Exactly. At least for the next couple days. Tony Fama's forecast is next.
Back in 1958, John Menard was a builder looking for a lumberyard that offered top-quality materials, wide selection, and low prices. He couldn't find a lumberyard like that, so he decided to build one. Today, Menard's is the fastest-growing home improvement center in the Midwest. Come inside. I'll show you why. At Menard's, we have 7 big departments with a service desk in each one. We have doors and windows for every home, a rainbow of paints and stains, beautiful paneling and wallpaper, yards of plush carpeting and no-wax vinyl, plus a stunning selection of lights. Menard's hardware department is second to none with quality tools for every purpose, yard equipment and more. Menard's has fine cabinets and fixtures for kitchen and bath, electric and kerosene heaters, wood stoves and furnaces, insulation, lumber from the finest mills in North America, everything from yard barns to pole buildings. For more than 25 years, Menard's has offered the biggest, best possible selection at the lowest possible prices. We're committed to it, and now there's a Menard's near you.
Save big money at Menard's.
Nothing gets your attention like red. Now you can get the power of red in your GTE Yellow Pages ad. Try it. Put red to work for you.
Well, those humid days of summer aren't behind us yet, huh?
Not yet, Monica. You know, as soon as you think summer is gone, it's back.
Right.
We're going to have sunny skies throughout the week and humid conditions. Good evening to you. Our high today, 75 degrees, the low 58. Our normal high-low this time of year, 74.51. Our record high on this date, that back in 1927, the temperature reading 93 degrees. Our record low in 1916, that 35 degrees. Let's just take a look at some of the area temperatures. Monica in Rockford currently at 67 degrees, down in Dixon at 72. In Freeport at 68 degrees, 70 in both Belvedere and Beloit. At 67 degrees in Rochelle, and up in Janesville, it is 71 degrees. The humidity rather sticky at 78%. The wind's out of the south at 11 miles per hour. The barometer is rising at 30.00 inches of mercury. Our pollen count standing at 180. Sunrise tomorrow at 6:39. Sunset at 7:01. Now, all in all, it wasn't a bad day at all, was it? That sun peeked its little head through those clouds from time to time. And aside from waking up to an early morning shower, the day was passable. Bruce, I don't think we'll give it a failing grade, but hey, on a scale of 1 to 10, let's give it a 7. High pressure centers over New England this afternoon and tonight, and it continues to dominate our weather. As you see it here, there's a strong southerly flow of air around this high, and that is moving to the south and pumping up warm and moist air into our area. That will give us sticky conditions tonight, humid conditions tonight, warm conditions through tonight and through the rest of the week, unfortunately. We could get a shower tonight, quite possibly a scattered shower, maybe a thunder shower. As we look to the west for a moment, there's an upper air disturbance headed to the northeast from Kansas. As that unstable air moves into our area, and this unstable air from the south pumps up from the Gulf, we could have a shower triggered. As you look further to the west, there's a cold front, a very slow-moving cold front that extends from northern Minnesota southwest to the Texas Panhandle. Again, this high will have something to say about that tomorrow. It will hold it off. This low will move very slowly into our area and stall over northern Wisconsin tomorrow. There it will sit through the weekend, and unfortunately, as of Saturday and Sunday, it will move into our area. There are some showers associated with that front. It could drop some rain on us. As we take a look at the satellite for a moment, you'll see that above us, it really looks pretty good. Clear skies. As we just said, the only problem we could run into tonight would be if this unstable air coming in from the southwest touches upon this air moving up from the south, from the Gulf. If that happens, we could have a shower. Aside from that, the next few days look pretty good. They're going to be hot, but the sun will shine. Let's take a look at the forecast. For tonight, it will be partly cloudy. The wind's out of the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. There's a chance of a shower, a low of 61 degrees. For tomorrow, partly sunny, warm, and humid winds out of the south, Monica, at 10 to 20 miles per hour, a high of 82. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy and warm, a low of 65. And Monica, look at that. You could go to the beach Thursday before you get to work on that tropical blend. It's going to be partly sunny, warm, and humid with a high of 84 degrees.
Okay, Tony, thanks.
You're welcome.
Kim Lepak has sports next.
It's Cars and Stripes Forever at Jack Wolf Pontiac Cadillac GMC, where we sell American-made cars the American way. We've rounded up our new cars into our east parking lot, and we're ready to move them out. We had our best August in history, and we're planning to do the same in September. We've got 7.7 financing and sales galore. We want you to put your brand on one of ours. Pontiac, Cadillac, GMC trucks, Jeep, and Renault. It's Cars and Stripes Forever at Jack Wolf. We're downtown Belvedere, y'all.
A lot of you are watching this commercial on a TV that's nice, but a little crowded. Now, this is Zenith's new 27-inch television, the big picture, with more picture from corner to corner, plus a sharp, even larger image. Zenith 27-inch TV, a size you could get comfortable with. The smart set's smarter than ever.
For the best in home entertainment at Zenith, see the complete Zenith line at Rockford Standard Furniture, 1100 11th Street.
Today's woman, she's independent, she's professional, she's traditional. And when she needs confidential financial advice from an experienced woman helper who really understands her financial needs, she comes to the Woman's Financial Center at Illinois National.
This is a conventional standing pilot 50,000 BTU Heil furnace. This is the new Energy Marshal II gas furnace, same size. This furnace has an efficiency rating of 66%. This new Energy Marshal II has an efficiency rating of 96%. The difference between the two is how much is wasted. Stop wasting energy. Stop wasting money.
Axberg's, that's the name of your Heil dealer. Axberg Heating Company, 1015 Fifth Avenue.
And once again, it's time for Cub Talk, but a shorter version.
That's right, and the Cubs won tonight. Dennis Eckersley was back on the mound tonight, and he didn't allow a hit until Razor Shine got one in the 6th inning, a 3-hitter tonight. The Cubs win at Montreal. They break their losing streak. Top of the 6th, Jody Davis at the plate. He crunches home run number 14 of the year with 2 aboard. It's 3-0 Cubs, and that would be all they'd need tonight. Then Sean Dunston hits one that rolls all the way to the wall in left center. Dunston, great speed, tries for an inside-the-park home run. He is right now in 4th gear. He's motoring, but the throw is in time. He's out. The final, Cubs 3 and Montreal nothing. At Pittsburgh tonight, the Cards and the Pirates. Top of the 2nd, Ozzie Smith, a 3-run homer, and the Cards have a 3-1 lead. Top of the 3rd, Cesar Cedeno, a 2-run homer, give the Cards a 6-2 lead. Then the top of the 6th, Willie McGee, a 3-run homer. The final in this one, St. Louis 10 and Pittsburgh 2. At New York, the Phillies give the Mets the Willies tonight. Top of the 2nd, Ozzie Virgil, a 2-run homer off Ed Lynch. It's 2-0. Top of the 4th, Jeff Stone singles in Rick Shue, and it's 5-0 in favor of the Phils. Bottom of the 4th, George Foster drives in the only Met run of the night. Darryl Strawberry scores. They fall 2 back of the Cardinals. The final, Philadelphia 5 and New York 1. National League scoreboard looks like this. Cincinnati this afternoon beat San Francisco 6-1. Houston 10, Atlanta 6, and in the bottom of the 4th, it's Los Angeles 4 and San Diego 1. The Chicago White Sox, also winners tonight. They play spoiler at Comiskey Park against the California Angels. Bottom of the 1st, Harold Baines drives in Rudy Law, 1-0. Baines with his 100th RBI of the year. Bottom of the 2nd, Rudy Law at the plate. He hits a sacrifice fly to center field. Darrell Boston tags at 3rd and scores. The Sox have a 2-0 lead. Top of the 7th, Brian Downing a solo homer off Britt Burns, number 19 of the year. But Baines hits a 3-run homer in the 8th. The final tonight, the White Sox 5 and California 2. Tonight, the Brewers at Baltimore, bottom of the 8th. Mike Young singles home Cal Ripken Jr. And the O's, who've been playing some great baseball, take a 2-0 lead. Then leading 4-0, Gary Renicky crunches a 2-run homer off Raleigh Fingers. The final tonight, Baltimore 6 and the Brewers nothing. The American League scoreboard, Detroit beats the Yankees 9-1. Thing looks bad for New York, but they still have a 3-game series against the Jays this weekend, so you can't call them out yet. You never know. Maybe that Yankee magic will come through. Cleveland 15 and Oakland 8. More like a basketball, not basketball, football score there. Basketball's coming up. Seattle 7 and Kansas City nothing, and Minnesota 7 and Texas 2. World PKA heavyweight champ Bad Brad Hefton steps into the ring Friday night for a non-title bout. That'll be in Jose, California, San Jose to be exact. Brad will be fighting the 6th-ranked heavyweight contender Don Nielsen. Earlier this afternoon, I asked the champ to tell me more about his opponent and his training.
I've seen him fight before. He's somewhat of a southpaw fighter. He fights both ways, but I think basically he's southpaw, which is going to be different for me because I ain't really fought too many southpaw fighters. There's good things about a southpaw and there's bad things about him. I've been working certain things. I've been trying to move a little bit better on my stances, keep my knees bent more, because I'm a real straight up and down fighter, and I've always been working on bending my knees, but sometimes I just get in that ring and all that work I do, I still go right back to straight up and down. But I'm just going there this time and try it again and see what I can do, because I'm still, you know, got a lot to learn yet, you know, and that's why I'm always in the gym here working out and training and doing different stuff.
And I'll tell you, if you know Bad Brad Hefton personally, what a nice guy. He's been doing some real hard training for this one. Today he was out in the parking lot running miles, running wind sprints. He's in great shape, and I think he is going to look big in this fight. And we were talking today, hopefully he's got something coming up on NBC nationally pretty soon.
Oh, that'd be another time.
Yep.
Great.
All right.
Thanks, Kim. Energy users led the most actives in Wall Street as investors tasted the market and then dropped it through a key support level.
These days I'm going places, and Estee Lauder knows just what I need, like this free 5-piece gift that comes with any Estee Lauder purchase of $8.50 or more. It gives me a chance to try some fabulous makeup, fragrance, and treatment products, including Swiss Performing Extract and 2 lipstick shades. And with help from Estee Lauder, I know I'll always look as good as I feel. This Estee Lauder gift is yours through September 21st at Bergner's.
If you spend hours and hours on your feet, then Knapp shoes were designed for you. Known for quality, comfort, and fit, Knapp shoes are built to last. It's the shoe for people who work hard indoors or out. Many Knapp shoe styles feature the unique two-shot. It's long-wearing and has a cushiony inner layer, a tough outer layer. Try Knapp shoes. Choose from over 300 styles of work, dress, safety, and casual shoes and boots. Find out about the two-shot, the most comfortable and durable shoe and boot you can buy. Knapp shoes, 1237 Sandy Hollow Road.
Lazy Boy. It's the finest name in office chairs, and you can choose now from 16 models at Mid-City Furniture. Lazy Boy, the name synonymous with comfort. All Lazy Boy office chairs are designed to provide your body with the proper support it needs. Forget about fatigue or backache. In a Mid-City Lazy Boy office chair, you'll sit correctly, comfortably. Many styles, many colors, Lazy Boy office chairs in stock now at Mid-City Furniture. First in Business Furnishings, 126 North 1st Street, Rockford.
Come January 1st, Illinois residents will be able to buy guns and ammunition in neighboring states. Governor Thompson has signed the new legislation that also allows residents of Iowa, Missouri, Indiana, Wisconsin, and Kentucky to buy weapons here in Illinois. However, before any purchase can be transacted, the buyer must first have valid firearm licensing. Well, we're going to get a little sticky, and Tony's over at the map to explain that one once again. Tony?
You're right, Monica. If we get by tonight unscathed with no rain, the rest of the week is going to be sunny, but quite hot and humid. Let's see exactly how that's going to happen. There'll be some warm, moist air moving up into our area as a southerly wind flow around this high just pulls that moistness up over us. At the same time, that will meet with a low-pressure system that is going to fuel some upper disturbance into our area tonight. If and when those two meet, that calls for showers. Monica?
And that's it. Thank you and good night.
Good night.